If I had to restart SEO from zero today, I wouldn't do what most SEO gurus teach. I'd open Claude Cowork and use this exact step-by-step system I'm going to show you in this video. If you want all of the prompts, comment prompt and I'll send them your way. Now let's get into the video. So how I am using Claude right now for SEO is very different from how most of the so-called SEO gurus are using it for SEO. And not only I'll show you everything step by step, but I'll just give you all of the prompts so you can just use it yourself. So first thing first, I use Claude Cowork and not the normal chat mode. So the difference between Claude Cowork is you can actually give it prompts and it will do that work for you. So let me show you an output and that will give you an exact idea of. So for example, I asked Claude Cowork to do an on-page SEO audit and it did not only chat with me about it, it went ahead and do the complete on-page SEO audit and created such a good looking PDF report. Now you can not only send this report to your marketing agency for that matter or your SEO team, you can even ask Claude Cowork to just go ahead and execute all of this findings on your website. So that is the main difference between Claude and Claude Cowork or just ChatGPT. Claude Cowork can actually use your browser and it can execute tasks on your behalf. So now let's take a look at any random keyword, for example. So let's start with plumber and Austin. Let's assume you're a plumber who's based in Austin. And how do we actually understand how to use Claude and what sort of competition we are up against? So this software is called Ahrefs. You can use SEMrush or Ahrefs, whatever software that you feel. These are SEO softwares. They will show you what keywords you are ranking for. So this score is called a keyword difficulty score, and 28 is as you can see, it's a medium difficulty keyword as per Ahrefs, but always take it with a grain of salt. We will look and dissect the data ourselves and we can actually ask Claude to dissect that data for us and tell us what sort of competition there is. This score that you see here, this is called DR, that stands for domain rating. Roughly it's an SEO score out of 100. So the higher the score is for the websites that are ranking, the more competitive that search results would be and the more difficult it would be for us to outrank that site in general. So for plumber Austin, we can see all of these sites ranking. Yelp is ranking, Reddit is ranking. Then the businesses who would be up against is Abacus Plumbing, Router, Reliant Plumbing, all of these guys. So now how do we use Claude Cowork? And if I were to completely restart doing SEO right now, how would I do it and what would be my total way of doing SEO? So first thing first that I would do is I would build a brain into Claude Cowork. So what does a brain here represent? So what I'll do is I'll give Claude Cowork all the information about my business and I'll use this prompt, and like I said, I'll give you all of these prompts so you don't have to worry about it. Give all of the business basic information, primary services, your website, your competitors' website, all of the services that you do. I'll give all of that information to Claude. This is what would give you 90% better results than any other AI. So for example, if you simply ask ChatGPT that I want to rank for plumber Austin, this is my website, what should I do? There's a very high chance that the information and the suggestions that ChatGPT would come up with would be very generic SEO information that is fed into its training data, right? But if you are giving Claude all of this information before, that this is my website, these are all of my competitors, these are all of the services that I do, these are all of the cities and locations that I go, this is who my best customer is, these are the keywords I currently rank for, and these are the ones that I want to rank for. I know this will take a lot of time for you to fill all of this data, but this is what would build that brain that you want. And once that brain is built, now the output that would come from Claude, it would be just so much better. This would be the first differentiating factor on how I would do SEO and how I'd use Claude Cowork so much differently than any of the SEO gurus would give you prompts right now. That's one. But at the same time, I would also look at how and what the competition is doing and what is it that we can do in order to just differentiate from them just on a general basis. So that would be the first prompt that I do. And the next thing that we want to do, if you're a local business, for example, is your Google business profile is such a huge ranking factor. So let me show you what kind of results we have been able to get for businesses. This is one business. We were able to take them from $0 to $2.8 million in revenue. This is an HVAC contractor. We were able to take them from 140 calls in November to 300 plus calls in January. If you are not looking to do all of this yourself and you want expert help, if you want us to come into your business and execute all of this for you, just click on the get started button at Alventra Marketing. The link would be in the description, and we will come in and do all of this for you, get you these kind of results for you. But I'm also going to give you all of the ammunition so you can do it yourself. It's all about how much time you have and would you like to just for us to take care of it for you. So now the next thing that you should be doing is doing a GBP category audit using Claude Cowork. So let me also show you how exactly we have to execute all of this. So this is one of the prompts that I have executed, and let me show you how to, so I've run this prompt beforehand in Claude Cowork so we can save some time, because once you execute one of the prompts, Claude would take maybe 10 to 15 minutes to complete everything and come up with an out. So let's look at a final output that will give you a better understanding of how does it work. So for example, I asked Claude Cowork that you are my head of on-page SEO, and I gave it the prompt that you have so much experience with on-page SEO, and I just gave it that you have opened Chrome and fetched this page, which is Dallas roofer, and you have to target keyword for this page is roof replacement Dallas, and then you have to also open all of the top 5 competitors, and then these are the things that you have to do is find out what is the title tag, meta description, URL slug. So what I'm trying to do right now is I told Claude Cowork to assume this is my site and do a full on-page SEO audit as if you are my head of on-page SEO. So now with all of this context, and then I also asked it to look for keyword which I want to rank for, which is roof replacement Dallas, and then it went ahead and opened who are the top 5 ranking sites that are similar to us and do an audit on them as well. So compare all of the competitors with us versus them. So you have to understand in SEO it's almost as if you're playing poker, where you can see your opponent's cards, right? You can see what they have done in terms of on-page SEO as well as backlinks, everything on their SEO. So all you need to do is compare what they have done and just do one better than themselves. So that is exactly what we are trying to do with this prompt. And then I asked it to also compare all of the heading structure and answer all of these questions, then paragraph and body copy structure, everything. So compare us with them at all fronts in terms of on-page SEO and do it in a very, very detailed audit manner, because if the same thing would take probably an SEO 1 to 2 days to do all of this, and when it did all of this information, then at the end of the day I asked it to come up with very detailed on-page SEO audit premium looking PDF report, and this is what it came up with. So let's look at the audit data for a second. So you can see here it is directly telling you that the biggest finding is that the exact phrase is not even appearing on the website. So let's assume this particular website that we were auditing, which is the dallasroofers.com, that is us. If that is your business and you wanted to rank for the keyword roof replacement Dallas, it is not even showing the main keyword that we want to rank for is not even showing once on your page. So that is one of the main reasons why we are not ranking right now anywhere in the search results. So that is one of the biggest finding. Now the huge thing is here, just with this finding and the 3 top fixes that Claude is recommending, you don't even need to do it yourself. You can give it the backend access to your WordPress. Let's assume the site is on WordPress. You can log into WordPress admin backend and you can ask Claude Cowork that, okay, I've given you, go to dallasroofers.com/WP admin URL in Chrome and go to the home page or whatever target URL pages and make these changes for me, where the changes that you have suggested, add the keywords in the H1 title, in the meta description, in the meta title, or rewrite the H1, whatever suggestions that you have made, just go ahead and do it for me so that I start ranking much higher. That is the magic of Claude Cowork now, and that is why the old SEO is out of the window now, where you need someone to actually go ahead and do it for yourself. If you know the suggestions are right, you can actually get it done using Claude Cowork. But the important thing is you still need an experience to understand that Claude or any other AI is not hallucinating, and at the end of the day the suggestion that it is giving is correct. And that is where you can cross question as well with the AI to understand if the suggestion that it is giving is correct or not. So that was the short summary of what's broken and where you should start in terms of the on-page SEO audit. Then all of the non-negotiables it has given you, that our current score for the title tag is 3 out of 10, the meta description tag is 4 out of 10, URL slug is fine as per Claude, the H1 on our page is 2 out of 10. So all of these stuff is there, and it is directly telling you that these need fixes, and what should be the fixes is also it's currently telling you that. So that is also one more difference with, let's say you were using ChatGPT. It will tell you, yes, these are the things that logically you should have right, like your meta title should be right, your H1 tag should be right, but what it should be as compared to your competitors, that is something that it may not be able to tell you then and there. But Claude, with all of the context that we have given it, the brain that we have created into Claude, it will give you that data so much better and so much related to your niche that it will make it so much better for you. And this, when you actually apply to your website, will give you real results with SEO, and you'll see massive jumps happening across. And these are the kind of results you will see happening once you apply. Results like these will start showing up. Then it is also giving you your current hierarchy, which is all of the H1 headings and all of the headings H1, H2, H3 on the page. But it is showing you what are the topics and subtopics that are missing from your page and why it matters. So, and all of this it was only able to do because it opened all of your competitors and it looked at their page, because otherwise it would be hallucinating data and it will just be giving you what it feels like should be there on the page versus what all of your competitors have on the page. So what it would do is it has also given us a correct outline of how the page should be from an SEO perspective. What should be the H1, what should be the next H2, H3, all of everything it has given you right then and there. And the best part is, like I've said before, you can ask it to just go ahead and execute this exact structure for you on the website, and then it will just do it for you. And within weeks of actually executing this, you can see massive results coming into your website. But at the end of the day, you need to know what you're doing is correct and you need to cross question. So it does not really replace a human strategist, but yes, it can help a lot with how the overall execution can be made a lot faster. But this is how, if I were to just restart my SEO journey right now, this is how I'd be using Claude Cowork in a very different way than most SEO gurus are teaching you. I'll be giving you all of these 22 prompts, just comment prompt, and I'll be sharing you the whole stack for you with free. And this is how I'll be using now Claude to ensure that you can just outrank your competitors and get results like these. If you don't want to do it yourself, just come to alventramarketing.com. Link would be in the description. Click on the get started button and let's talk. Anyway, if you got some value from this one, hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. Drop a comment below with any of your questions. I read each comment and try and reply to each one of your questions with a very detailed answer. So make sure you drop your questions in the comments below. And subscribe if you want more AI and SEO related content every week. By the way, we took one business from $0 to $1.7 billion in revenue just through SEO in 11 months. If you want results like that for your business, link to book a call with us at Alventra Marketing is in the description. See you in the next one.